Now something, I think it will be delicious.
Ziham Shalalabi and her daughter Eva fled to Germany in 2017 when the Syrian civil war was raging.
I don't look like you.
I thought that I have to look for a place where I can settle down with my daughter. I don't want to stay in a place where I'm not sure if I will get a visa after 2 years or not.
They were among more than 1 million refugees who entered Germany after the borders were opened in 2015. They've made a life here in the eastern state of Thuringia, but they're increasingly feeling unwelcome.
I'm pretty scared. I've grown up here. I lived here for longer than I've lived anywhere else. I feel like this is my home.
Anti-immigrant sentiment is rising across Europe and has become the far right's political centrepiece. And its message is resonating with a growing number of voters. It's politicised recent attacks by people who have sought asylum in Germany, including 2 separate car rammings and stabbings, which have left 11 dead and hundreds injured. The state of Thuringia is a stronghold for the AfD. The voters here helped the party secure the largest share of ballots at the last election, the first time the far right has done that since World War II. The question now, can it replicate that success across the country? Carolyn and Leonardo are among the crowd. Both are 22 years old and see themselves as the future face of the party.
In my opinion, we have far too many people in this country who do not recognise our principles, the way we live here.
Ultimately, we have to represent the interests of Germans, namely Germans who were born here, who have worked here for years.
The party is also benefiting from Russian meddling. A Kremlin-backed disinformation campaign known as Doppelganger is spreading lies online to undermine the mainstream parties and destabilise the West.
They set up copied websites of reputable news organizations with just a minor change, and then broadcast their own propaganda and disinformation through these websites.
A leak from a company associated with the campaign revealed its objective was to boost the AfD's popularity to 20% in the polls, which the party has already reached.
Hi Doreen, hi.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice
How are
to
you today?
meet you.
It is cold out here.
Former Greens politician Doreen Denstad was Thuringia's migration minister. She lived through the fall of the Berlin Wall and the East opening up to the rest of the world, and with it came migration.
I think it's a small group of people. They don't want migrants here, and they are very loud. They are very loud and they are very connected, especially on social media.
She lost her seat at last year's election when the AfD secured 34% of ballots.
Our environment is changing, our world is changing, our society is changing. So a lot of people are tired.
Cornelius Adibar researches the far right and as a result has received death threats for the work he does.
Right-wing extremist crime is on the rise. People are being harassed, persecuted.
While the AfD is unlikely to get the votes needed to govern in its own right, securing just 20% of ballots would set Germany up for a rocky political ride.
I'm working to settle down here and not to be kicked out of the country by the end. And if this party had a strategy that to get rid of us, it's really sad.
For Ziham and Eva, it's an anxious wait as Germany decides what kind of leaders it wants to govern. Catherine Diss, ABC News, Thuringia, Germany.